Every week, the readers and followers of ESC United get to vote for their favorite Eurovision song. Here are the results from this week's voting. If you want to vote in future rounds, make sure to follow the link in the description box, register, and follow the rules. With no further ado, here are your favorite songs of the week. The small nation drops to last place, but there is still hope for a change. Peak Jacks already announced an upcoming revamp, trying to sway some minds back into their direction. No, better solo, solo. I never let me down, diddy down, down, down. Now I'm gonna show ya. If this continues, Poland will be in the solo points territory. We all know the controversial national final situation. We don't know if this had an impact on the overall outcome, but 11 positions down, that's officially the biggest drop of the week.
Tonight, we are
one. No, Ireland, not again. Based on the current score here at ESC United, this tastes like another non-qualifier, but Wild Youth will just blow us away with an amazing performance, right? Am I right? Right?
Well, you know what they say. Lost souls make sure no one loses the way.
This is not what we are used to when it comes to Greece. In the bottom 5 this week, it's still a fairly new entry, so anything can change, but what they say is underperforming with our readers currently. The revamped version is out and Albania dropped 10 positions down in your ranking. But if there's one thing we have learned over the years, Albania is frequently overlooked just to make the final cut regardless, so not all hope is lost.
life's love, thing is no.
Relax, all of you Georgia stans. Euro Songs was just released a couple of days ago, so our readers had less time to vote for it. We now have a reset and we are on a level playing field. I'm sure Georgia will be higher up next week.
How do you feel about us right now? I don't know if I'm someone or someone is me. I'm running from the fate.
TuralTuranX released their entry with very little fanfare or making significant splashes, but even though the reaction was a bit muted, when people like the song, they really like it. So, while there's room for growth here, don't count out the twins just yet. Should Romania worry about a potential non-qualification once again? Right now the excitement could be bigger, but I suppose it could also be worse. Fairly stable, staying in the top 30, even with several new songs released.
And when the world got me going crazy, I'll carry on, 'cause I know.
A surprise winner in the Belgian NF, Gustaph, for weeks managed to keep up with the competition. Unfortunately, this week he saw a big decline in support, dropping 9 positions. And it's all because of you. Kidding, of course. Unless you didn't vote for him, then it kinda is.
Oh, future lover, I hope it all comes naturally. I hope our love is quite outside.
If you are not thrilled with Armenia's ranking, relax. Future Lover was just released this week and our ranking is based on a weekly score, so we're doing a reset. Therefore, Brunette has the opportunity to really make up some ground.
But I got my power in my hand. You hold no power.
Iceland has had 3 consecutive qualifications from the semis, and the small island nation hopes to continue the trend. Right now, at least based on this score, it's a 50-50 situation. Teya drops 3 positions this week.
If we could get to the start, papers should be falling apart.
It is breaking my heart to see Denmark continue the downward spiral. The country had 2 non-qualifications in a row, enough already. But 26th place isn't that bad, with only 37 countries participating, certainly a decent shot at making it to the grand finals. And another ballad from the Netherlands lost a bit of steam this last week, 8 positions down for the duo. One of the countries less impressive showing in our ranking over the years. The last time they failed to manage qualification was 8 years ago. Let's hope 2023 won't be that year again.
But hey, wait, what you say? Do you wanna dance? Do you wanna dance?
Little tiny Malta is in what a lot of people would perceive a tough and competitive semi. But we have seen this David versus Goliath moments before, and Malta is definitely not out.
I don't wanna be a soldier. I don't wanna have to play.
Even with all of this competition joining the lineup, La Suisse managed to improve. 4 positions up for Watergun, now going for the top 20 spot. I'm sure I don't need to remind you that this is up to you to make that happen.
Don't get what you say, yeah. Don't get how you feel.
Last year's winner and direct qualifier Ukraine is sitting pretty in 22nd place. And I mean that, not moving at all from last week. Not having to worry about qualification has its perks, but there are plenty of supporters of Heart of Steel regardless.
You love someone like me.
Stay is what Monica said, but the followers of ESC United disagreed. Lithuania does not get to stay in your top 20, just barely dropping out, but there's always next week, am I right?
Mama kupila traktora. Mama kupila traktora. Mama kupila traktora.
I think it is fair to say that Croatia's entry is very polarizing, but with that comes also a lot of support. As of right now, Lit 3 is holding on to a top 20 in your personal ranking, and now that all songs are out, the real battle begins. Does this song have the staying power? Entering the top 20, Portugal also didn't have a whole week yet. The deadline was Friday night, but Mimikat left a good first impression, and we'll see if I Cansado will climb up in your ranking next week.
A broken heart. You lift me up, leave me in the gutter. You tear me up and move to another. I'm torn.
Staying in the first half of the ranking, remember 37 songs, Cyprus is once again ready to join the grand final lineup. If you can take our fan rating at face value, that is. Break a Broken Heart dropping 2. This week could be worse.
I'm gonna stand in like a unicorn out here on my own.
I told you that Israel just needs time. Now that people had time to listen to the song a few times, Unicorn is shooting up in the ranking, 14 positions up, which makes it the biggest riser of the week. Yay. I'm sure Noah and our friends in Israel are excited about the great news.
Blood and glitter, sweet and bitter. We're so happy we could die. Blood and
You know, considering Germany's recent track record, a 16th place isn't too shabby, even if that ends up to be the case and the final outcome at Eurovision. This also shows the strength of the Big Five when 16th place is the lowest score for the Big Five.
There is always time to get back on track, tearing down the wall slowly.
Estonia needs to build some additional bridges to find a path to the top 10. Still very popular, 15th place is a great result, but losing a bit of momentum, 3 positions down.
Instead I wrote a song about how you did me wrong. I could have cried.
The hosting nation is going to close the grand final, and it looks like they have a song that will deliver in that very important position. May Muller is shooting up in your ranking, 12 positions up. Now aiming for the top 10, huh? Well, the country needs your support, meaning you gotta vote.
since you told me everything's alright.
Some people were worried that without juries in the semis, Australia would be doomed, but As it turns out, Voyager is doing just fine. Even though the song dropped 6 positions and is now outside the top 10, this is just a little fluke. And even a 13th place is quite impressive.
Se questa è l'ultima canzone, poi la luna esploderà. Sarà gli attirti che...
When Italy isn't in our readers' top 10, then something must be up. But fear not, Marco is already working on it, 1 position up from last week. 2 more and our Italian fans can rejoice once more. Spain tasted success at the contest last year and now it's time to strike again. Ea momentarily departs the top 10, now in 11th place, but that is alright. We all need a moment to recharge and Blanca is ready to receive your votes once more. This fairly small country just knows Eurovision so well. And here they find them again in your personal top 10. Pasha is a Familja face and just fell 1 position short in 2012, missing out in the top 10. And maybe 2023 will be the year of vengeance.
I just wanna sleep forever. I like it better when I dream.
Once again, Serbia is a fan favorite. Something happened, something clicked last year, and Serbia is willing to send entries that may not be on the safe or predictable side, but certainly gets our readers excited. Not mentioned in many fan polls or rankings, Latvia has become very popular with our readers. Even though dropping 2 spots, Sunlights should be stoked, and maybe, just maybe, we have the true dark horse in Latvia this year. The Queen of Kings continues to impress, but had to lose a little bit of steam and is out of your top 5 for the first time. Don't take the song for granted. If you think Norway deserves more, make your voice heard. Copy and paste what I said about Norway for Slovenia. Not just out of the top 3, Joker out is literally out of the top 5. Yeah, some other countries would sell their souls for a 6th place, but this is Slovenia being a key player for the first time in many years. Let's hold our breaths for next week.
Évidemment.
Silver medal last week, 5th place this time around. Zarra should not feel discouraged though. Another great result for France. For 3 years in a row, France has really met and exceeded the taste of our followers, and continues to be the most popular Big 5 entry. Vesna has been popular and there is no end in sight. The country formerly known as Czech Republic continues to stay high up in your ranking. 4th place, 7 points. 7 points for My Sister's Crown. Here she comes. She's going up, 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 up. Lorraine won Melodifestivalen and is currently the betting odds favorite. Immediately jumps to 3rd place in your ranking as well. And that's week 1. I see good things in store for Sweden once again. Can Tattoo make it all the way to the top? Who would have thought a song that has lyrics such as po, 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 po would end up in 2nd place? Austria is ready to conquer it all. Seeing the nation becoming one of your favorites this year, just a beautiful sight to see. Let's find out if they can even go all the way to gold. The undisputed champion of ESC United, at least according to our followers, Cha-Cha-Cha continues to dominate. Such a wide winning margin, leaving the competition in the dust. Of course, that can all change with your vote. But for now, Käärijä, enjoy your crown. Well deserved. And now it is time to vote again. I will bring you next week's results right here on ESC United, so make sure to subscribe. Laters!